takes time to tell. If you wanted to watch the first 6 Star Wars movies and see Anakin Skywalker's journey, it would take you 14 hours. My favorite story of all time, Avatar: The Last Airbender, would take 24 hours to watch every single episode. And it takes the average human about 26 hours to read Lord of the Rings, which is considered by many to be one of the greatest stories of all time. So, taking 110 hours, you would expect Record of the Agarest War to be one of the greatest stories ever told, right? No. No. Not even close. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a good story, but it had no right to be as long as it was. It should be called Record of the Arduous War. Oh my gosh!
So, I play as Leon Hardit. Screw it! I'm calling him Leon, and I'm a general in the Grandma's army.
It's probably most fair to say this up front. I am not going to make the smallest attempt to try and pronounce words in this game correctly. I'm gonna say words, I'm just gonna take a run at it, and if I mess up, you know, you don't need to tell me. I am fully aware that I do not know how to speak Japanese. It was made in Japan, not English.
So we were out performing a skirmish and fighting some dudes, and then I meet up with one of the generals who's ordering the execution of a young elven girl. Leon, being a hero of justice or whatever, is not cool with watching a little girl get murdered with his own eyes, so he steps forth to oppose the enemy and brands himself as a traitor. So then me and the girl take down Muska and his men run for it. But soon I meet another high-ranked Grandma officer. He too has heard of my treachery, and he has his boy Dark Knight step out to do battle with me. And I get my skull absolutely stomped on! Now, lying on death's door, a woman appears to Leon and... Oh, what the heck? That is not clothing! And that's gonna be a bit of a running theme for this game. So, for the remainder of this video, whenever I see a woman wearing this kind of clothing, and by this kind of clothing, I mean no clothing, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap them up in a nice, comfy sweater. Doesn't she just look snug? Well, Daishana tells Leon that she can grant him the power to survive this wound and protect others, but it is gonna come at a bit of a price. My soul. I got a soul, but I'm not a soldier. And not just my soul either, but the next 4 generations of kids that I have as well.
Okay, I'm okay with people selling their souls. You know, if that's what they're into, then so be it. But I do not think that anybody should have the ability to sell someone else's soul. You know, if I heard that my great-grandpappy made a deal with some sweater-wearing goddess so that she could have my soul, just so that he could survive a fight that he really shouldn't have been involved in the first place, I'd be pretty salty.
But that's one of the main draws of the game. You play as Leon and his family through 5 generations, and each one of them gets a choice of waifus. So Leon takes the deal, and I run to find the girl, and there's this monster standing over her.
They're eating her! And then they're going to eat me!
So I start fighting the beast thing, and after a couple of turns, Ellis... Oh, by the way, this girl's name is Ellis.
My name is Ellis, but some people call me Elle, but I really prefer Ellis, as Elle sounds kind of like a girl's name, but if you prefer to call me Elle, you can.
So she explains that Borgnine right here is actually like her familiar or something. So that means that I have a party of 3, and we head out. Well, I'm a traitor to my country, so Ellis decides to lead us to the elf capital. We have some combat encounters to learn the battle, but this very first one, oh man, it was so hard. Hard as stone. I mean, he completely rocked us. I mean, I took winning this tutorial for granted. We fought a boulder.
Take that, you rock!
So the combat starts out pretty neat. By standing in specific places, you can have characters string attacks together, which is pretty important because enemies have a lot of HP, and they can really take a beating. So you can have Leon land a double strike, then you can have Ellis shoot out her magic attack, followed with a power strike from Borgnine. Best of all, if certain attacks are used at the same time, you can create an even more powerful attack. For example, if the double strike and the power attack are performed at once, they combine into broken hit. That's where one user launches the foe into the air, and then the other one spikes them to the ground. Best of all, you can either have a team perform this together, or if one person knows all of the moves, they can do it themselves. I find this system a lot of fun in the early game. It's very engaging to set up a plan and execute it perfectly. The combo attacks make so you want to try lots of different combinations to see what'll get you a combo attack. I killed that guy to freaking Mars and back!
Leon took down Thief?
excuse me, I think what you meant to say was Leon just incinerated every last molecule of Thief. But hey, got a fragment of life out of it. So we get to the Elf Kingdom and the mayor or whatever comes out and we have a talk. The fortune teller joins our group and then while we're talking, Leon decides that it is his life's mission to reform the Grandma Empire. But I am certain that they will listen to a traitor to their country who has a nasty little habit of, okay, let me see if I remember this. Oh yes, murdering their soldiers. I'm sure they'll be more than happy to listen to my suggestions. So I head out with the fortune teller on our team, and that means that I've got another magic user. So Leon knows where the army is going to strike next, and he heads there and murders a few more of the men, and we find Elf Hatsune Miku. She was getting murdered by the guys, but since we killed the guys, she reluctantly joins us. She's also the first potential waifu, so I'll just be putting her on the turn wheel for safekeeping. But first, I've got to laugh at her outfit. I put her in a sweater because she looks like this. Her clothes are literally just a sensor bar. Real subtle there, guys. So, she leads us to another battle where Elven Hatsune Miku's brother is fighting. So, we go through the battle, slaughter the grandma soldiers, and we find her brother, Elven Sephiroth. Now, he thinks that I took his sister hostage and attacks us. And you know what I find weird? So, we're fighting, and Miku doesn't bother to explain it. She just helps my party fight. Heck, she even used her super move on her brother instead of saying, oh, no, it's cool. Leo's cool. We're friends. Nope, tearing your brother's lungs into ribbons is far easier. I understand. But he lives. He even joins our party. And after a short conversation, I get to make a choice. Should I head around the grandma's encampment, or should I burst a hole through the lines? I choose to be more direct, and the game decides that this is evil. Also, very true to life, a girl finds my actions unattractive.
Wow! This game is so realistic!
So we fight through 3 battles to get to the camp, which is comprised of 3 more battles. After that, we fight 3 more battles.
This game should not need to be 110 hours long. They easily could have scrapped like 70% of the overworld battles and left the story completely intact. If they made this game like a respectable 35 hours, it'd be a great game. 35 hours is about when you're like, okay, I'm getting a little bored with this. Don't let people ever say, I'm getting a little bit bored with this. That's how you get a bad game.
So, while heading through the mountains, we run into a girl. She's more than capable of taking these monsters out by herself, but she decides to really play up the damsel in distress role to win over Leon's heart. So she joins our group, which really helps because we get to the enemy capital and she can actually get us an immediate audience with the king. We ask him if he'd be willing to send his armies to help us out. He says he would love to, but right now his armies are distracted with a giant chicken. We offer to help out with the chicken problem, and we soon find out why the army is having troubles with him. It just killed 4 of my dudes! But the good news is that whenever your dudes get killed in this game, it charges up everyone's super attack. So I use some life crystals to get everyone back up, and then we unleash all of our attacks on the chicken. So now we're heading back to the kingdom, but on our way we see the Dark Knight, who's about to kill some cowboy dude, and we step in to save him. But this fight is a scripted loss, so we're all left battered and bleeding. Somehow we got away, and then we asked Winfield, so why'd that guy want to kill you? So it turns out that Winfield stole like a powerful bracelet, and the Dark Knight wants it back. But the bad news is that it kind of fused to his arm.
Well, in that case, you should just cut the arm off. Seriously, you get yourself a new robot arm, like Torbjorn.
So we get back to the kingdom, get the army, but when this is happening, there's some bickering between the waifus. Which one of us is more adorable? I don't wanna... Alice! Alice is most adorable!
My pedophile senses are tingling.
Well, we take the army and do battle with the grandmas. We fight Largan and some weasel creep. The battle is tough, but eventually I grasp victory and the weasel scurries off like the rodent he is. Largan allows himself to be taken captive, and Leon's childhood friend Elaine joins the team. And that completes the waifu wheel. But now we hear that goblins and trolls are teaming up in the south, so we need to go stomp them out. And there are a lot of battles to get to the south. Why do we need this many battles? I mean, looking at it, it's pretty stupid to force a player through this many battles. I mean, but look at this. These fights, they really grind my gears into powder. These freaking dudes. Let's start with the goblins. Okay, so look, to kill a goblin, you need your entire team to concentrate all of their attacks on one goblin, just to kill him. But this troll, on the other hand, all he needs is boom, one hit, your teammate is dead. That's that's cool. I like that. Anyway, we get to the weasel, and he is leading the goblins. See, he has a talisman kind of like Winfield's bracelet, but it's of a lower quality, so it actually ended up corrupting his mind. So, he kills goblins, and then we kill him. And then we locate the source of where all the goblins are coming from. The king of the grandmas. So, while we're heading down to the king, we land on an event tile where all three of the waifus corner Leon and then fire off questions rapid fire. These questions will really affect your morality meter, but more importantly, the affections of the three bachelorettes.
Ha! More like harem gaming station, am I right? I am so alone. You know, to be honest, that's probably why I'm playing the shallow husk of a dating sim.
So the questions went off, and it really helps you learn about their personalities. Do you like tsunderes? Heck no! What about girls with bubbly personalities? Heck yeah! Leon, if you were married, would you cheat on your spouse? What? No! Wait, why did Elaine and Luna not like the fact that I would hold fidelity in high regards? What human girl would say, oh, if we were dating, he wouldn't have an affair on me? What a creep. Well, after I max out affection with Luna, we face the king. He has a ring on that has sapped him of all of his senses. So we do battle. We take out his guards. We take out his Melchior. And finally, we take out him. 5,001 damage later and all you lose is a finger? That's a pretty good deal, mate. Hey, Winfield, what about your arm, buddy? Seriously, the Torbjorn arm would be so sick.
Well, this generation is all but complete. All that's left to do now is take all my leveled up characters and find that Dark Knight from the beginning of the game. And the middle of the game.
And here's the thing, I don't think I've mentioned this, but this game has had almost zero challenge. As long as you carry the revives around with you, when your people die, you can just get them up immediately. But they have built up the Dark Knight to be scary. I mean, 2 scripted losses? Ooh, scary. But, you see, I have a sack full of life crystals, and they will definitely carry the day. Unless he murders everyone with one move!
How is this game balance? Oh, this is madness!
Madness. This is Sparta!
So with him beaten, all that's left to do is marry a waifu and then use my soul to seal the spire. Oh, look at all these fabulous choices. However will I narrow it down? Oh, just Monica. Well, that's okay, she's pretty cute too. Are you sure you want to pick me? Am I not good enough for you? No, my dear, that's not what I mean. I simply meant to say that you could have chosen anyone. Not really, Luna. But if that is true, I choose Borgnine. But Luna and I finally get hitched. Oh, doesn't she look just so beautiful in that wedding dress? Well, that is the end of the first generation. It's been over a month since I've uploaded anything to this channel working on this Fleshligged video. And since the video is probably going to be over 15 minutes long, I'm just going to split it into 3 parts. If it's the future and the second part of this video is already out, you can go ahead and click on it right there. But if not, go ahead and subscribe, and that way you'll get part 2 and part 3. And I'll also be putting a supercut together. But you've already watched like the first 13 minutes of this, so I don't know why you'd want you like open the supercut, jump 13 minutes in, but whatever. Thanks for watching, and I will see you later.